We have this adorable little purse here. It's an ornament, and we're going to paint this together. So grab your supplies and let's get started. So we have another adorable altered ornament here, and the best thing that I can say to do is you've got these little lines in here is just to kind of make a bunch of box shapes. I may actually use the darker pink in this one. And I'm sort of making these little half moon shapes because the light was shining, and these are like little pillow diamonds. In this little bag, which you might recognize. I'm not going to be too meticulous, but try to follow that so that it looks like the light is coming from the same direction to make it look three-dimensional. And in between, we have all of these little diamonds. So we have to figure out how we're going to get that look. So now I'm going to kind of go like with a squiggle line along some of those edges, but leave it open where we'll come in with our kind of diamond encrusted bag here. Just kind of giving an impression. So we'll let that kind of dry or set up a little bit and work on some other areas. Like the chain, and trying to make a gold the best I can out of this set here. You may have a yellow and a brown you can kind of mix up. And I'm going to go really carefully around that line, get that little ornament tag, and this heart. This is gold here, and then around the outside, and then it's black in the middle. So we need to paint that and let it dry. And I'm going to get some more of this gold so we can make the chain. I've got a lot of water in my brush, so I'm just going to kind of get rid of a little bit of that. And I want enough pigment in there so that it covers that and does not look yellow. It looks more of a brassy gold. And I'm choosing to just do this because my hand can kind of remember that motion. If you mess anything up, you can dab it with a paper towel. You can scrub at it with your brush and then dab it with a paper towel. If it's really bad, then maybe you just have a background in the back after your stuff dries. So that way it kind of disappears into the background. come in here and must have made it with a darker pink here. We'll wait till that kind of evaporates a little bit. So I'm drawing a line across the top and then pulling this toward myself. You don't want to get into your gold up here. So you may need to wait for that to dry. And this is just part of the ornament. And in this photograph, it didn't have the string attached to it. It had this base, and then I think they were all like hung on like some fancy thing for the holidays. So this is kind of suspended in space. And I think I used two different kinds of pink here, so I'll come in and kind of just add a little bit of an accent with that other paint, and this would be darker on that underside. Same with this. Like a very watered down pink here. And just kind of tap across these triangles to leave white of the paper, but just make them a little bit more pink. Then we can add our sparkles in after this dries, or metallic paint. And I sell both of these sets, the shimmer that we'll put on in a little bit, and this Pastel Dreams at my shop or Tamery.com. Let's see, I'm going to try in a couple places here and just see if I can get a little bit of a silvery color. I don't want to overdo it. Just to kind of deepen that shadow because it's down at the bottom at the bag, and these other things are kind of puffy. They kind of look a little silvery because they're like little diamonds. So I guess we do have something else though. It had this black base around this heart. It's kind of more of a rounded heart there, but and I'm going to tap in a little bit behind this just to make it look like it's dimensional. We'll add a little bit of metallic later to finish it off. I'm going to add some metallic to our painting as we talked about. I'm going to put it into this little pearl color into the little elements in the corner, and I've got this kind of silvery color. I'm going to see how that looks to kind of add that metallic in here, or I could just use a little bit of that white. Don't want it to be too dark because it's supposed to look like diamonds. So I'm going to mix the two of those a little bit like that. And I'll use a little bit of gold here on this chain. Like so, and on the heart for sure. And around here. And missed anything, I'll just go ahead and get those there. And I think I'll just do a little bit of this along the edge. Now we've got some shimmer.